Obaseki's agents are destroying my campaign billboards. Olumide Akpata of Labour Party alleges and cries out for help. The same thing they did during the last election. It was, I think, almost all the rigging were to be done by Obaseki. I'm telling you. They saw him and people cried out, especially the Labour Party members, that when Obaseki came to most of the polling units, that was when violence started. So Obaseki has started this thing again against Labour Party. I thought they said Olumide Akpata is his cousin and is sponsoring Olumide Akpata from the back end so that if anything happens to PDP, he will quickly run to Labour Party. Why is his agent destroying the Olumide Akpata's billboard? I don't understand. So Akpata has cried out now, let people know that what played out during the 2023 general election is playing out again. It happened in Lagos, happened in Port Harcourt, happened in some states against Peter Obi. Now it's happening against Olumide Akpata in Edo State. Because we learned, and I think we've seen that before, that Olumide Akpata billboard in Edo State, across Edo State, is so overwhelming and so intimidating that the PDP people are getting confused. We can believe now that it is true. The candidate of the Labour Party in the September 21 Edo State governorship election, Olumide Akpata, has accused the People Democratic Party-led state government of destroying his campaign billboards. Can you imagine? When campaign is just about to start, they're destroying billboards. So in a statement he released after a press conference on Friday in Benin, Akpata described the action as disparate, undemocratic, and fascistic, noting that the action was meant to undermine Labour Party's campaign and silence the voice of the people. So he said, over the past few days, we have witnessed a coordinated, premeditated, and an insidious assault on our constitutionally guaranteed right to free speech, political expression, and the fundamental tenets of democracy itself. Billboards that I, as a law-abiding citizen and a gubernatorial candidate, legally paid for and erected across the length and breadth of Benin City, have come under attack from the local government area who are agents of the incumbent governor, Godwin Obaseki. Can you imagine? So in Oredo local government area, 2 of my billboards were viciously vandalized, defaced, and ultimately torn down. So with explicit threat of more removals to come. So the situation is equally dire and unacceptable in Ovia Northeast, where 2 more billboards bearing my visage and campaign messages were mindlessly destroyed by these merchants of anti-democratic forces. In Ikpobaha, my campaign team has received unambiguous threats that our billboards in that area will also be targeted for elimination. Now, let me be clear, these are the desperate last-ditch tactics of an intolerant regime terrified of the winds of change blowing across our dear state. A regime paralyzed by the fear of the people's burgeoning yearning for a new direction, a new vision, and a new era of progressive and inclusive governance. By resorting to the destruction of my campaign materials, which I have legally and legitimately paid for, with hard-earned resources, Governor Obaseki and his handlers have clearly shown themselves to be anti-democratic forces, intolerant of divergent voices, dissenting opinions, and fundamental principles of pluralism that undergird any true democracy worth the name, he alleged. So responding to Akpata's allegation, the Edo Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehihare, urged the Labour Party candidate to engage with relevant agency responsible for signage to settle any outstanding bills or disputes. Can you imagine? So what are you saying? Are you saying that the responsible agency of government in charge of signage, advertisement and signage, that they should go and pay bills? What bills? Are you saying they have not paid their bills? Are you saying that their dispute will be settled? So it means that you are aware. So it means that you are owning up now. So are you saying that Olumide Akpata and the Labour Party have not finished payment for the billboards? That is why they have been destroyed. Can we insinuate? Yes. From this Commissioner for Communications statement, it means that they purposely did it because they feel that the Olumide Akpata and Labour Party have not finished paying. The same way it happened in Lagos, where Lagos State government told that, said they will not approve Labour Party's payment for them to start putting Labour Party billboard in Lagos State. See what they are doing? Very undemocratic, I tell you. So the commissioner still said, we acknowledge the concerns raised by Olumide Akpata regarding the removal of his campaign billboard. The Edo State government condemns any form of vandalism and urges all parties involved to address such issues through proper channels. So while we understand Akpata's frustration, we encourage him to engage with the relevant agencies responsible for the management of signage to settle any outstanding bills or dispute. Threats of violence or disobedience have no place in our democratic process, and all parties should conduct themselves with decorum and respect for the law. That is what they will always come out and issue neutral statement as if they are not involved. But at night, their agencies will move. That is it. So it is essential that we focus on constructive dialogue and peaceful engagement rather than resorting to tactics that may incite division or unrest. The government remains committed to upholding the rule of law and will address any disruptive behavior regardless of one's status or affiliation. We encourage Akpata to prioritize addressing the internal challenges within his party and work towards fostering unity and stability. Let us all strive to promote a peaceful and inclusive electoral process for the benefit of all citizens. These are very political statements. I think Akpata knows what he's saying. This is a very, very political statement. Akpata knows what he's saying. And it's quite unfortunate that the government is going to deny this. These people cannot leave Obaseki alone. Where is your evidence? Can you imagine? This is somebody speaking out from somewhere else, saying that the blaming Obaseki, it may not be true. But for Akpata to come out and say it, he didn't just say it now. They were issued threats. They were issuing all kinds of threats to them. They said unambiguous threats. So if they are receiving unambiguous threat, it means that the threats are very definite. Okay? The threats are very definite, both their sources, what they want, and all of that. So they must be talking from a very, very affirmative point of view. They have their facts. So before Olumide Akpata came out, as learned as he is to say Obaseki's group, then if they think the allegation is not correct, let us sue him and he will prove it. That is it. So it is quite unfortunate. He said he has paid everything, and even after paying, they are destroying his billboard. It's been said, like I said earlier, that Akpata's billboard is very intimidating in Edo State. So now it's becoming a very big threat for them, and they can't stand it. Let Obaseki make sure that he allows peace to reign in this election. That is it. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comments.